Hey, lovely people. I wanted to spend a couple of moments talking about boundaries because this time of year, it is really easy to feel like you're being pulled in multiple different directions. And that feeling of fragmentation can flow through to every other part of your life. From the perspective of our horses and our relationships with each other, having a really clear sense of our boundaries helps give us clarity about what we want to draw in and perhaps what we want to extend away from ourselves. And when we're operating with integrity, when our nervous system is adaptive and responsive, boundaries actually aren't something that are predetermined. They are fluid and responsive depending on the context of the situation and what is presenting. So there's so much to explore here, and I have a whole workshop series in JoyRide that explores boundaries. But considering what it means to have that adaptive and regulated nervous system, a big part of that is having a felt sense of your own physical container. And the first boundary that we have with the world is the edges of our skin, is the outline of our body. So, what I want you to be reminded of as you find yourself traversing the next couple of weeks is that you can absolutely use your physical boundary as a resource. And creating a felt sense of your own boundary, of your own outline, is much more powerful than actually holding an intellectual understanding of what boundaries might look like or what they should mean. So, if we think about what and how anxiety presents, for instance, that feeling of scatteredness or that feeling of overwhelm, from an energetic perspective, it's very airy, it's very light and free form, and we can feel very scattered, like we're literally outside of ourselves. And so, using your skin, reminding yourself, activating the mechanoreceptors, the touch receptors on the outside of your body is a really powerful way of bringing yourself back, of grounding yourself. And you can do that through a number of different means that are instantly available to you and will only take a minute of your time. Depending on what you resonate with and what feels right for you in the moment, an example could be just applying pressure to the outline of yourself all the way around. It could be tapping with your fingertips or the whole hand. It could be brushing or it could be squeezing. So you're squeezing the musculature, squeezing the outline of yourself. And your aim is to cover the entire territory of your body. The other thing that happens when we find ourselves in this place of scatteredness or feeling like, again, we're all fragmented, is that the energy gets pulled very much forward and we become very forward focused. That is a hallmark of the human condition, that our visual field really leads where our energy goes. And so being able to tap into this container gives you a sense of your dimensionality as well and reminds you on an unconscious level that sensing and feeling into the world is happening throughout the entire outline of your being. So you can use this reminder, this boundary reminder, as a way to transition between something that might have pulled you in different directions. So, say you've finished work and you're about to work with your horse. Perhaps you want to do this as part of your coming back transition before you start to play together with your lovely horse. It could be as a mode of coming back out of a conversation that's been difficult, or just at the end of a day when you're feeling like things have got a little bit much. In JoyRide, I've created a whole chocolate box of resources, I've called them, which are ways of instantly coming back and providing yourself with comfort. And I think that this is a really powerful and often underrated exercise that we can do in any space. We don't need room to do it. We don't need a thought process around it. It just literally is how is it we can wake up the edges of our skin and remind ourselves that we literally have that barrier between ourselves and the rest of the world.